This would be another React Native tutorial, and in this tutorial I'll show you how to create a custom beautiful good looking button in React Native. Well, just now I just created this project over here. This is the view of this project on my iOS simulator, and to start this project, first I'll delete this text over here, and I think we also don't need this one. Text actually I'll be needing later. Okay. All right. Now let's see the default button, how it works in React Native. So let's import from button component, give it a name, title equal button, and give it what else? On press property, like it takes a function and we'll log something onto our console dot tapped. All right, and we'll close the component using closing tag. All right, okay, cool. And now we'll restart our Metro bundler, and that's the button here we see our. And when we click on the button, we see on the terminal there is a response. And now let's try to give it some style. Okay, style color red, and see what happens. So did you see that it doesn't take effect? You tried to color it, but it didn't work. So with this custom button property, it doesn't work the way we want, and it also doesn't work the similar for both iOS and Android. They work very differently, and that's where actually you need to create custom button on your own, and actually which is pretty easy to do. So to do that, we'll delete this one. We don't need this thing. All right. Okay. And to create a custom button, we have to implement touchable opacity component of React Native. Touchable, well, there are many properties for touchable. In general, if it's just a button and response and button click, you may need to use touchable opacity. In future, I'll create other tutorials. I'll show you how to use other touchable properties or component. All right. Okay, cool. And well, now actually I want to put this thing inside my view over here. Okay, cool. So now, touchable opacity we use to response on click, like over here just now we did. Well, it's the previous code, it's still saved there. I didn't refresh the simulator, reload the simulator, so it's still the previous code. So, and to the same thing, we can use a touchable opacity component, and inside it we need to use a text component to display thing. We can write it touchable button. Okay, right, now let's save it and see what's going on. Of course, this is right now touchable, and if we touch, nothing happens yet because touchable opacity, it takes on press handler, and just like button, we can press it a function here and log it onto the console. So tapped. All right, save it and click on it. It'll show tapped, tapped, tapped. Okay, so the first thing for making a customized button, in general, you do it with touchable component, and within the touchable component, you should pass on press handler. In general, most of the time you should do it, and then you should have a text component or whatever component you want, including if it's a view, that's fine, you can also do it. And that's what we'll be doing now. In our case, we'll wrap it, we'll put another view component here. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Okay, and now let's move this over here. We are giving it view to give it some styles, because with text component, we can just give it color, like, so let's give it color, style, styles, text, and let's create this down below, text, color, say FC 5C65. So that's our color component. I think we need to import something. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake somewhere. Okay, over here. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, and we can give it a font size or font family, say Evener, and font size I would say 20, and font weight, say let's give it 600. We are good now. So of course it doesn't look like a button, and that's where this view comes in, because with this view we can give it some background color and style the background. So let's give it a background like with style properties, styles button. All right, okay, so this is our button, and now we'll give it styles. So this button, I want it to have a background color. So background color, say what kind of background color we can give it to, say powder blue, okay, okay, cool. And we want to give it some padding, say padding, say 15 pixel, and save it. Okay, cool. And give it border radius, this one over here, say another 15 pixel. Okay, cool. So now you see it looks like a button now because it has border and background, things like that, and we click on it, it still responds. Okay, so what we did just now, so we wanted to create a custom button. To do that, we need to import touchable opacity component, and within that, most of the time you should have a view, because you want it to look like a button. Even if you don't have this view, it still works as a button, but it doesn't look like a button. And within the view, you want to have a text component and give them some style. So that's how you create customized button. Pretty much in your real world project, you'd create a button like this. Yeah, and of course we can copy paste them and make two buttons, and it still work. Okay, so now we have two buttons. Of course it doesn't look good, so we can give it some, say, margin for our touch opacity component over here. So let's give it style dot touchable. Okay, so touchable is here. I'm just ordering them according to the letters. If you want, you can do it, or up to you, it doesn't matter. So you can give it margin bottoms 10 pixel. Yeah, now it looks much better. And we can say bottom button. I think it's cool. All right, of course we can give them customized width, like fixed width. So in this case, this one might have say with like 300 pixel. It's okay. Well, it's way too long, so maybe 200 pixels would be better. And we want to give the same kind of property to the second button, so just copy paste whatever you have here. Actually, I'm rewriting though. Sorry. Okay, styles dot touchable. Cool, right? But now this buttons, the text is not centered, so we'll find our text component, this one, so we can do align, text align center. Okay, yes, now the buttons are all centered. So now you have to know that this is over here, the default axis is this vertical axis, and in React Native things are laid out according to the primary axis, and in our case primary axis is this vertical axis. So every view in general, they are laid out vertically like this. We say the flex direction is column because columns are laid out like this. Once again, in React Native, default views like view like this or even touchable opacity, it is also a view, and when we show them on the screen they are laid out vertically. And to change this thing, all you need to do, you need to change the flex direction. Actually we can change the flex direction here. All right, so flex direction, because the default flex direction is column, now we'll change it to row. Yes, you see, so now they are set next to each other. Of course it doesn't look good, it looks a bit ugly, so we can create a space with our touchable uh, property. But I think first let me rewrite the width 180. Okay, cool, but I think the other text is too long, so 190 is better. And we can create a margin right equal 5 pixel. Okay, yes, now it looks much better. Okay, so well, that's how you create a customized button in React Native. So few things you have to have within your touchable opacity or touchable other components. You have to implement that and write the views inside the touchable opacity, and after that you need to take care of the flex direction, um, either row or column, just like here I said. And of course you can set each view differently, you can style them differently, and up to your need. Yes, so anyway, so if you like the video, please don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to give me a thumbs up, because your thumbs up is what encourages me to make more videos. Thank you so much.